Good morning. It is time to skip the BS. It is time for Undisputed. It is time for me to say, how about them Cowboys?
Well, you can say that again.
Ooh, it is time to talk Dallas Cowboys and Super Bowl. They finally belong in the same sentence. What? It is time to talk Lamar Jackson on his way to winning his second MVP. It is time to talk disgruntled Jets acting out on Twitter last night. How much farther can they go with Zach Wilson at quarterback? We will get to that. But first up on this Monday, it is time to talk the biggest story in all of sports, not just college sports, all of sports. Deion Sanders and his Colorado Buffaloes and their stunning fourth quarter rally Saturday night in Boulder. Now, understand, Michael Irvin and I will unleash on the Cowboys coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern.
Can I sit that one out?
Ooh, yes, you can. You will, whether you like it or not. It's just the two of us.
Yeah, I got to go.
But right now, Michael, Keyshawn, Richard, Sherman, he's back in studio. Love it. Right here at my right here. We're about to talk Coach Prime. Good morning, gentlemen. Coach Prime has transcended even the National Football League.
Yes.
Woo!
I saw this as a dirty, no place in this game play. Dude, listen, I was upset. I was upset. Yeah, 30 yards, that's great. 30 yards is great. But I thought he should have gotten kicked out of the game. I thought we should have been hearing about them talking about him being suspended by now. We talked so much about the rules of the game and the health in the game and protecting players, and you let this go by without anybody saying anything, and I thought it should be an outrage. I said to myself, I hope this is not something higher up where people are starting to get tired or jealous of something of what time is doing, where when this goes on, nobody's saying anything about it because all they're hearing about is what Dion is doing. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping somebody come out today and say, we're getting this out of the game.
Okay, quick point of order. It wasn't the usual targeting because there was no crown of helmet. He hit him with his shoulder.
But
go ahead.
I mean, but the intent was there. The intent was there.
Yes.
And what's most frustrating to me is that you had the comment by the anonymous DC last week, like, hey, we're going to take Travis Hunter out. We're going to run our receiver out. We're going to block him out. And then all of a sudden you get into a game where the ball hits the ground, and then you take him out after the play. Like, if it's a normal football play, everybody that steps between those lines understands.
We're all right with that.
We all right with that. Hey, I'm taking this risk. I'm going out here. What I'm not all right with is, hey, ball hit the ground, whistle blown, you taking a shot, and it sends the wrong message to the kids. It's like,
and
hey,
stand over
like you didn't done something.
Me out within the legal game, But
it's like, hey, what you, by not suspending him, by not making an example out of him, you're saying, hey, y'all want to get a star player out of the game? As soon as the ball hit the ground, take your shot. It might be a 15-yard penalty, but you just lost your best player. And not only did you lose him for this game, this following game, you lost him for 4 weeks. And it's just, and the kid has no punishment. And it makes me feel like they set a bounty out. They did something. They talked about this. That kid didn't go out there roll.
It smelled like that to me.
But, and I want to I want to do this because Colorado State, let's say this, they showed up to play.
Sure.
Yeah. They showed up to play.
They got some players,
and they got some players, man. And Coach Norville, we talked about all this.
Yeah.
What he did worked. What he did worked. He kind of tried to Dion, get his boys ready, but they came and they showed up. Now, to that, time team fought through. How many times have we gone through a practice and you hear at the end of that Thursday or Friday practice, 2-minute drill, ball out on the 2-yard line, you got to go 98 yards, you got 2 minutes. We practice that all the time. You practice that. But when it hits the game, you be like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. 98 yards, 2 minutes. You need a touchdown and a 2 point.
We'll get to that. On that play.
So both of them fought. I'm just saying, without this play, that would have been a great game.
Hey,
a great game.
You got it.
He should have been suspended. But in college football, unlike the NFL, there's not a higher-up guard that says he should be suspended immediately. On Michael's point, maybe they come out with it after the news cycle This week says, hey, this is ridiculous. Maybe he gets suspended by somebody. Maybe Jay Norvell decides to suspend him on his own. What I would say, though, in this situation, it was a dirty play. There's no need for that. But it's Travis Hunter. Whether or not he was told to do it, he did it up on his own. Whatever the case is, it shouldn't have happened. But then again, on the flip side of things, like Sherm says, there was somebody out there last week talking about being aggressive with Travis Hunter to wear him down and do some
hit him
things
as much as you can.
I don't know who that anonymous DC was at all, Skip. This is what happens, though, when you are a star player. It's like Pop Warner football, Little League. They want to get the Little League guy that's really good. They want to get him out the game. Right. So however they could hurt him, they'll do it. And you could clearly see this was not an accident. It was so intentional. Right. Just the mere fact that the ball was already on the ground, everything had slowed down, whistle blown. He comes in and he wants to send a message. That's what it was. He just wanted to send a message, but he sent the message too hard. Now we're dealing with Travis being gone, however the extended period of time. 3 to 4 weeks. And you just don't know how that long-term effect could happen.
And I'm robbed of the great story that
is true. For the record, Henry Blackburn is a 4-year starter at Colorado State. He's from Boulder, where in high school, he was first-team All-State as a receiver and a safety. He's a smart kid who knew exactly what he's doing. This was no kamikaze freshman thrown into the fire and played out of his mind. He knew exactly what he was setting out to do, which is hit Travis Hunter as often as he could, even if it was a gray area a little bit after the whistle kind of hit. This was a lot after the whistle. This was blatant to me. This felt game planned to me. Let's hit him because he's going to go both ways. And that kid, of all the kids on the field, he knew how hard it is to go, what it's going to take out.
And the great thing about all this that we're talking about the hit because the hit was in front of our eyes. But if you look at the sideline was disciplined. They didn't erupt.
They did not.
Think if that was at the U in your playing day, if something like that was to happen to one of y'all players.
Lord,
but that just goes to show you that Dion has total control of his team.
But
total control
on the other side of it, you talk about Coach Norvell and everything he's talking about. I take my glasses off. I take my hat off when I interview people. I don't give a damn about that. I give a damn about your players going out on their own and hurting people. Like, if that was Prime's players, if that was a Colorado player that we sitting there watching hurt somebody, hit him after the whistle, it'd be national media. It's the story they waiting to hear.
Absolutely.
I'm not. What is time teaching these kids? What's going on? Now we're in a whole different
conversation. That's why I just brought up the discipline part of you did not see the sidelines on their sideline erupt and go, go retaliate.
What did we see? We saw the quarterback run all the way down to the play, Shadur, who's got some edge to him. He's got some, because he got in Henry Blackburn's face. Somebody had to.
But the sidelines didn't go crazy.
The sideline didn't go crazy. No offense. Usually it's an offensive lineman who would run down there. Or maybe another fellow receiver would go get in his face. The quarterback ran all the way to the plate and got into it with him. And then moments later, if we could see what the quarterback did, he threw an absolute rope for a touchdown from 24 yards out. Could we see the next touchdown? Tied it at 14. And I said, this is a mad throw. This is like, okay, this is from my man. This is for my brother. It was a flat-out laser throw. It was a Sunday throw where that kid's going to play on Sunday. I don't care what you say. He put on another show. All right, so now let's go bigger picture. Let's go to the second half because they go to the fourth quarter. If we could see the play, that Dallin Holker kid, number 5 for them, he's going to play on Sunday, I think, because he's a beast of a tight end. So if we could see the touchdown to him when he gets loose.
It was a great grab.
Yeah, a great grab, and then he just off to the races. But once he gets rolling, man, nobody's going to keep him out of the end zone.
But right there, you just do.
Okay, it's 28-17. 28-17, and I'm sitting back with my wife, Ernestine. I said, I don't know now, man. I'm just not sure. Because that other kid they have at receiver, that Torrey Horton, tell me he can't play.
Boy, he could play.
Hey.
He could ball.
Okay, I didn't know any of this was coming. So I don't think there was any real shame into getting blindsided by them because it felt like that actually what Jay Norvell said about Dion actually ended up backfiring on Dion's team because Colorado State went in there scared to death, like they're going to, would you say, they're going to put up 70 on them, right?
80.
Yeah, 80. You said 80. Okay, so the Colorado State kids overreacted the other way, like, we got to play our butts off here just to survive, right? And they jumped all over them. Okay, now we get to what you're talking about.
Defensive lineman was he was everywhere.
That Muhammad Mara?
Bad. That boy was bad.
Listen,
he'll be playing on Sunday.
He's going to be playing.
He's going to play on Sunday. I got a little miffed about this. Shadur, who plays right on the edge and sometimes over, he got so upset with him. At one time, he tried to poke him in the eye. I don't know if you guys saw this, but he poked at him. He poked at his... He did.
Okay?
He must have missed that.
Yeah,
Again,
he gave him up. There it is.
Here it is.
Oh,
Here it is.
yeah.
Look. He just,
Oh, yeah. Okay, I missed that during the game.
He pokes him. Okay, I don't love it, but this is what this kid is made out of.
Yeah.
Because we'll get to it in just a second. But on the
Brady
field,
got some of that in him too now.
No, he does.
Brady definitely got some of that in him.
When Jay Norvell went out to meet
need
Dion
some of
after
that.
the field, you know who was the bodyguard? Was Shadur went out there with his father because he was about ready to throw down on him.
Right.
And Travis and him, they're like best friends now. That's his dude.
No.
So, you like to seeing it, and you would hope that people run out and protect the quarterback, because that quarterback is certainly on our level with all our families and the money. We ain't gonna touch this quarterback. We need this quarterback. But on that level, man, he was going after to protect his best friend. Now, I like a quarterback with something in him. You know what I'm saying? You can get him going. And Shadur has something. And we're going to talk about this later. They're going to need all of it if he's going to get through these next 2 games.
But it just cheapens it. It's like that
we feel
BS
cheated.
play. You
feel
just
cheated.
cheated college football.
We
You just
feel
cheated
cheated. All of us feel cheated.
I buy that.
The kid from Boulder, Colorado just ruined college football for a couple weeks, because not
That's
only
true.
do you lose it,
I agree.
you're losing for the most important stretch of your season. You losing for the most important stretch of games everybody was waiting to see.
It may have cheated college football. And the reason I say may is because Shadur and the rest of them might just put it on their shoulders and take the next step.
I agree with that.
So now, all of a sudden, you see a different Shadur Sanders at the quarterback position.
Right.
You see a guy who is, right now on Mel Kiper's big board, sitting at 3 at the quarterback position. Now, all of a sudden, he goes up to Oregon and puts on a show. As C comes to town, he puts on a show.
Right.
Whether they win or lose, he has the ability to do that. So it may not be cheating him just yet.
Well, it's an opportunity, but the only way they come out of this stretch right here in the next 3 weeks and still be in this position is if they come out of it. And Shadur Sanders is the #1 person right now for the Heisman. He have to play that kind of way, throwing for 500-600 yards each game.
But I wanted to see it.
Yeah, me too.
I wanted to see it, playmaker. I wanted to see it, Keith. I wanted to see it.
Before we leave this play behind, you guys played that position. Is there any merit to the concept that he has played receiver so little in his life at high levels that he should be more aware of protecting himself on all counts, on all? Hey, did you ever get hit like this after a play?
Like
Do you remember?
that?
Yes, like that.
Oh, I got hit doing the play, after the play, all of those sort of things. But there was nothing he did everything. He stopped, he slowed down. The dude came in late.
He did.
So only thing Travis could do is, if he would have saw him in enough time, is try to brace himself. But you don't expect somebody to do that. The ball's already gone.
Yeah.
You just don't expect that to
There's
happen.
an honor code among us, and no one's trying to hurt
But
each
you
other.
don't
We
learn
understand that this is a tough game. You guys keep mentioning, talk about what they talked about, hit them. I don't care. You can hit me all day within these whistles. All day. If you're trying to take me out physically, you can hit me, bang me, jam me.
Did anybody ever try to headhunt you? That's the question.
And that's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Did anybody ever try to knock either of you out of the game?
But headhunting after the bail is the difference.
Okay.
We missing that point right there. Headhunt will take.
That old school football, when they used to have the highlights and Sean Taylor used to be going through people's faces. People can accept that. Hey, we step between these lines. Hey, it's a game.
If it collides like that, okay.
But that is on something totally different.
Whole nother level.
Did you ever go into a game thinking, or with a game plan, we got to hit that receiver early and often because he doesn't like to get hit?
No question. We went to the Super Bowl like that, and we hit them early and often between them whistles. As soon as you catch it, everybody got to get it. Bang, bang, bang. But if I have to do it after the whistle, that makes me less of a player.
Right. Right.
All right.
It's just wrong.
Now, let's go to what Michael brought up. So it's 2 minutes and 6 seconds left.
Oh,
they
dude,
punch you back to your 2-yard line, and I'm thinking, no.
You need
no.
a touchdown and a 2-point.
Hey, you need 8. Yeah. Okay. And
See,
here
you
they
felt that
come.
way? I didn't feel that way. I felt like I swear I felt like they was going to go down and score.
Okay,
man.
well, I tweet you,
From the
this is
two?
your Heisman opportunity right here, right now. So let's see Shadur's completions.
the ball.
Let's see his
fair.
completions on this drive. This 98-yard drive. Watch what he does. We're going to show you all in a row here, out of his end zone. I love how he moves to throw. God, he's so good. Okay? Big completion. Big. That was hard, man. And he moves, steps up, and an out pass to the little man.
Then he started to run it.
Yep. I'm
he
just
did
going to show you
incorporate.
his completions.
That balance in the
Wing it.
pocket, standing tall.
Yeah, Brady has taught him well. He's taken a lot of mentor from Brady.
Don.
Yep. Big arm.
Back out. You never see
Okay.
when it's done.
Yeah, should have. That's the first
Here
thing
we
I said.
go. Guess who
Took a
this
little
is
butt
going
out
to
of
be on?
bounds.
This one's going to be on Henry Blackburn, if I recall. Yep, it's Henry Blackburn who
question.
gets
Call
big
game.
guys
Watch
right
out.
there. Good night.
Touch earth.
Good night. All right. And then we got a 2-point conversion.
Oh,
we need.
got him.
And
That
guess
was a
who?
great play.
Okay, so 87 has emerged. 87's name is
Yep.
Mikey Harrison. He's
Yep.
from San Francisco. He's a junior, and he was one of the few who made it through Deion's purge.
Right.
When Deion told him, a lot of you guys are going to have to pack your bags. This is one kid who said, I'm going to stick it out here.
Right.
I'm going to show you that I'm going to be valuable to you. And I think Shadur started to click with him in a way that will take up some of the, not all the slack,
Correct.
but some of the slack.
Correct.
Because he's 6'4". So again, am I saying Travis Kelce? No. Mark Andrews? No. But again, he's somebody that Shadur trusts who can move in the end zone, in the red zone, and get open. And he started getting open, if we can continue to see the plays, in overtime.
Big target. Big target.
He's a big target.
Big target.
Yeah. So
But
here we
he did
go.
everything. He did everything he was supposed to.
Sure.
On that particular route.
Yeah. Okay, now another move right and cut back. This is good chemistry here.
That's a
They had
great
good
grab.
rapport and
That's a great
wavelength
grab
on
for
that
a
one.
big fella to
It was
dive
big.
like that.
Yep. And zing. And here we go.
Stuff.
He
Look
can
like
move.
Runk does. It look a little like Runk
He's
does.
pretty good. He's pretty good. I'm not saying he's a world beater, but he's pretty good. And that went to Weaver, the receiver.
You saying he looked like Gronk is a little Christina Ricci for me. You know what I mean? He's crazy. But he's developing, and he looked comfortable. Like on that backed up play,
Yes.
he went to him in a very critical position when he's under duress. He went to him in the end zone multiple times. He keeps finding a way to find the soft spots. You look at Travis Kelce the other day when he came back in the red zone.
He just moved.
He just moves. He's like, hey, where's the soft spot? Bang, quarterback. It looked
All right. Speaking of moving, listen, Shadur, he does not move to run. He moves to throw. And he slides. He's so sweet with this. He slides right. He slides left. He can throw it off the wrong foot. And he has got accurate velocity that will translate to pro football.
Did you notice on that last drive when he had to have it, he didn't slide, he dove.
Yeah.
He dove. He was going, risking it all.
I don't think there's going to be a question when the time comes, Skip, whether it's at the end of this season or his senior year at Colorado, on whether or not he's an NFL guy.
If there is a senior year.
If there is, whether it's this year or next year, it will be no question that he will be one of the guys that challenges whoever is in that number one
He
spot.
will.
Because again, as I always say, the people that make the decisions, they're not making the decisions until the springtime. Because general managers, head coaches, and owners, they watch the games, but they're trying to win right now in the NFL. So they really haven't broken down the Jackson State tape. They haven't broken down the 3 games. The scouts have compiled information, but until the offseason comes in January and February is the first time that they really get to stack him up with all the other quarterbacks. And once they stack him up with all the other quarterbacks, they'll look at that thing and go, yeah, I don't know how much different Caleb Williams is than this kid, or May is than this kid. And that's when you get this back and forward. Should he go pro? Should he not go pro?
Listen, that's between all those scouts.
Yeah.
I'm talking about our eye gate right out here in the public.
Yeah.
If Shadur runs through these next 3 games,
Hey.
He comes out, they win these next 3 games.
Fire test.
He's going to be moving
Playmaker.
toward the first pick in the draft.
Absolutely.
Right now.
It happens that way every year.
Unless he stays for Pops another year.
Now, that's a whole other story.
That's a whole
right there.
other story,
That's a whole
though.
other
His pops didn't stay, so he ain't gonna stay. You better not tell me to stay. You didn't stay. But again, so we may never get to see Travis Hunter and Shadur against SC, against Oregon. It breaks my heart.
We won't.
Oh,
We
my
won't.
God, you're right.
All right, last quick thing.
You're right,
So
you're right.
Jay Norvell
You're right.
meets with Dion at midfield after the game. Dion took his sunglasses off.
Yeah.
They did shake. You can see Jay Norvell, if we can see it real quick, lean over and say something in his ear. I'm assuming it was some words of apology, maybe. I don't know that, but look, Shadur
Coach
is
speak.
right there.
I'm sure
Shadur
Coach
is.
speak. You got a good football team, man. Go get the next couple.
Yeah, maybe. But look at Shadur.
That's it.
Shadur even watch flexes him. See, he puts his watch up like this. You know what
What
time
did he
it is. He raises his watch on
said,
him.
you know, time
It's
it is.
time. It's time.
Oh, I
Go
didn't
again.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing that all night.
Yeah, he do that. That's his little move.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Boy, I was afraid Shadur was going to throw down on him. No, I'm serious. And I was told that Dion got a great kick out of how Shadur was bodyguarding him.
Right.
You know.
You know, I've never seen them stand side by side, Michael, with each other. He looked
Okay,
just like Ron.
Just like.
I've never seen the side by
Yeah,
side.
no, that's a good
the
one.
first time I've seen the side by side.
So last night, Dion was on 60 Minutes. That's a big deal. It's hard to get on
messing
60
with
Minutes.
you.
I watched it.
No, I watched it too. I watched it when he
just
came on after.
To put this in some perspective, our man Lil Wayne, who was sitting right here on Friday, he leads them out of the tunnel on Saturday night doing Sky's the Limit. And this is huge. Like the magnitude of this, I've never seen anything like this before, and it's all because of that one man who chose to go to Jackson State and then to Colorado. Yep.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I don't know how I missed that.
Look at this.
Swag, boy. Swag.
And Dion gave Wayne the 17 in honor of the 17th ward in New Orleans where Wayne grew up. So that's where he got 17 from.
Yeah, that's it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
All right. We'll get back to this in just a few minutes.
Yeah,
here
what
on
else is
Undisputed.
good?
I enjoyed that. I hope you did. But up next, I can't tell you how much I'm about to enjoy this. Are the Dallas Cowboys clearly the best team in the NFL? Michael Irvin and I go deep.
Of course. There you go.
I'm just.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.